Hey guys, the bot builder's back and welcome to the grand final of Robot Wars Omega Series 2. Yeah, that is right. We've whittled down the competition and we said goodbye to 56 robots, but now we only have 4 robots left. 4 machines who've gone through so much. They've gone through so many fights, qualifiers, losers, melees, redemption rounds, 10 robot rumbles, you name it, but they still managed to make it through nonetheless, and we're down to left with 4 robots. Now, of course, for those who want to know, the way the grand finals will work, if you saw the redemption final last episode, this Monday, it's going to work like that, except for the robots who actually made it through to the semi-finals. Yeah, and by the end of it, not only will we find out who will get 3rd place, but we'll also crown, more importantly, the series champion. And honestly, I'm so excited for this. This series has been fantastic to record. It's had so many great moments, so many surprises, twists and turns. It's definitely an improvement on Series 1, and honestly, this has been one of my favourite. It's had some of my favourite episodes to record, I will be honest, and I'm just glad I was able to share it with all you guys. And, well, yeah, Series 3 will be happening. Already got robots planned out for it. So, yeah. But now that we've got all the sappy stuff out of the way, let's just, just in case somebody missed out a couple of heats or are a bit behind, or just to build up more hype, let's introduce our grand finalists. We started off this series with 60 robots, excluding the qualifiers. 20 seeds, but at the end of this, we're only left with 4. Only 1 seed remains, and we've said goodbye to 56 robots. And now we are left with our best 4 machines, the grand finalists. Let's see them. First of all, we have Endgame. Endgame first fought through the qualifiers, pulling off an upset, taking out the US champions, Bite Force, knocking them down the pit. Then in their heats, they then took out the likes of Chaos 2 and Cobalt in a matter of seconds. The heat semi-finals, they fought Chaos 2 yet again, trashing them once again, before destroying Cobalt to go through to the semi-finals. Semi-finals was a similar tale to tape as they mullered Foxic and Firestorm in the first round melee, before smashing Eruption out the arena in the Elite 8. This machine is one of the best looking spinners, and honestly, I can see this machine do it. They're honestly my pick to win this entire series, but we have 3 other fantastic machines to get through first. And can Endgame be the ones to do it for the New Zealand? We also see Cyberspinner, the machine with the legacy behind them. This machine has got so much legacy behind them as they've competed in every single series, first appearing in Pre-Series 1 in the New Blood Annihilator. They had a bit of a rocky start in the qualifiers actually, as they were beaten by fellow Pre-Series champions Liftoff, but after getting those fan votes, it proved to be a really good idea from all you lot. Sure, they lost in the first round in Heat B, being pitted by Roadkill, but they absolutely destroyed Terahertz and smashed Spectre out the arena. But it seemed to will go downhill again when they fought Roadkill again and lost, until the 10 Robot Rumble. This machine destroyed so many great machines, even ripping out the spinner of Death Roll. And then in the Deadly Dozen, they destroyed the likes of Nexus and Eruption, before even smashing Foxic around, pitting them in the Elite 8. This machine has won it before, winners of Pre-Series 4, but can they win the televised Pre-Series 2? Then we come across to this machine, the machine that everyone's been scared of, Roadkill. It might just look like a crappy Rambot, but this machine is anything but. They made it through the qualifiers, beating Corrosive in a very, very good fight, before making it through the heat, beating Cyberspinner and Storm 2 in the first fight. Storm 2 tried to match their pushing power, but they couldn't quite do it. We all thought they would lose to Burt for the Win. Burt for the Win were a big, powerful flipper, but Roadkill used great driving skill, waited until the innards were exposed, and they came in for a great slam, immobilizing the flipper, before taking out Cyberspinner again in a similar fashion to that Ultimate Challenge Rumble back in Robomania. They then made it through to the semi-finals, where they fought the likes of Dansom, Kia and Ripper, pitting them both despite their attempts to flip them out. And then in the Elite 8, they fought Plan B, and despite a near scare, they were able to do it, taking them out, pushing them down the pit. Might remind you, this machine has never been beaten since winning that Ultimate Challenge Championship, and they hope to keep it that way, and they hope to defend their Ultimate Challenge Championship, but even win Series 2. And last of all, the only seeded machine left, the third seed's Whiplash. This machine automatically qualified due to being seeded, and we didn't see them until right at the end in Heat J, where they fought Demolition Evo and It Takes Two to Tango, ootering that scoop bot with ease. They then took out Megabyte, beating them in a rematch in a close, in a good, strong, controlled effort, winning on a unanimous judges' decision. And then in the Heat Finals, they fought Demolition Evo to a close judges' decision, but they were still able to pull it off. The semi-finals, though, is where we really saw their true driving skill, taking out Plan B and Diamond Storm in the first round of the semi-finals. Diamond Storm were hoping to get revenge, though, in the Elite 8, but after their flipper malfunction, Whiplash took advantage, eventually pushing him down the pit. So, honestly, we have so much legacy here. The US Champions and Champion of Champions, the Ultimate Challenge Champions, a Pre-Series 4 Champion, and a World Championship semi-finalist. None of these machines have ever made it to the finals before. In fact, none of them even appeared in Series 1. But they're here right now, and they are hoping to become the Robot Wars Omega Series 2 champion. And honestly, this is going to be an incredibly tight grand final. It's going to be a tough one to call. So, let's just stop with the hesitation, and let's just hop straight in to our first grand final eliminator. So here is the first of our grand final eliminators. We have Endgame. This machine has been on a complete rampage this series. They've destroyed so many good robots. They've only ever lost once. Or twice. No, twice actually. They've only ever lost twice in Robot Wars Omega. One in the House Robot Rebellion and the other one was to Gravity. And kind of like this machine, Whiplash, they also only have lost one fight, and that was to Gravity. They also lost in the Seed Slaughter as well, but that was a big rumble. The only seeded machine left, of course, got that high seeding due to winning the US Championships and the Champion of Champions back in Maximum Overdrive. Can they add one last trophy, the Series 2 Championships, or will Endgame, the underdogs, get their first trophy and win Series 2? And the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ. He's got plenty of trophies of his own. Well, do you not know Growler is actually a world champion at Gruffs? It's Growler. And we also have Virus. He's got no medals to his name. I mean, he did win one once, but then he got disqualified due to heavy drinking issues and lying about it. Typical Virus. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1... No. Activate! So honestly, 3 of these 4 machines in this grand final were spinners, although Endgame definitely has the larger spinner than Whiplash, but that isn't going to affect it here, because Whiplash have already gone in underneath Endgame and they come with a great lift up right there. Both these machines have only lost one-on-one to Gravity, so that's an interesting similarity these two have. Endgame knocks Whiplash up and over though. Although with Gravity out of the equation, losing out in the 10 Robot Rumble, honestly, I can see either of these two winning it, but they need to get past each other first. Endgame flipped up and over, of course made it through qualifiers, taken out by Force, and they very nearly got Whiplash out of the arena. Now this is going to be Endgame's toughest challenge yet. They haven't really had a challenge this series just yet. They've been able to eliminate all their opponents with ease. But look at this by Whiplash trying to get that lifting arm in underneath that spinner, and they're going to come for yet another lift. That was a good attack right there, lifting up Endgame. Although Endgame now comes in with another hit right there and onto Whiplash. Whiplash though, they do manage to get back up, and now they're coming with another good lift right there in onto Endgame. Both of these machines have been so good this series. Endgame have been dominant. Whiplash have fought many wars of attritions though, and they've managed to survive all of them, and they've managed to win all of them, and they're going to try and win this one as well. They're trying to use good driving skill here to take out Endgame. Endgame currently on their backs. In comes Virus, trying to come for a good grapple right there, and Virus grappling a hold of Endgame. Endgame gets lifted up, and Endgame look to be the ones who are in trouble. Endgame trying to self-right. Whiplash now trying to come for a good hit with their spinner right there, and they're flipping Endgame up and over. Endgame self-right. Endgame still revving up that spinner though, And Endgame trying to cause some more damage. And Whiplash gets a good uppercut there. But look, they're not getting the same hits that they usually do. But Whiplash do come with yet another lift up right there. And Growler, oh, a big slam right here. It's just amazing that none of the grand finalists from last series have made it. Of course, the closest was actually Eruption. Oh, look at that, a good attack right there from Whiplash. That was a very good attack right there. And Endgame now going to try and come with yet another hit right there. Trying to come with their spinner. It's very Bite Force-esque Endgame are. And Endgame are going to try and get Whiplash out the arena. Virus going to try and lift up Whiplash now. Whiplash. Can they self-right? Yes, they do. Yes, they do self-right. And they do manage to get away. And now they're coming in behind of Endgame. And Endgame are lifted up and over. And Endgame. Look at this from Whiplash. They got the lifting arm dug right in to Endgame. They got the lifting arm dug right into Endgame. And honestly, I think this fight is going to go to a judge's decision. And what a fight to start off the grand final. Although Whiplash are going to try and come for the last-ditch effort. Oh, and they're certainly giving it a go. They're certainly giving it a good go, but will it be enough, or can they beat the clock? Cease. No, they couldn't. They couldn't quite beat the clock. Endgame couldn't quite beat the clock. They're still trying to get them out of the arena now, but no, they couldn't do it anyway. Oh, that's a shame for Endgame, but they couldn't get Whiplash out of the arena, but they could still get a judge's decision victory, because Endgame were the more damaging. And it goes to the judges, and I will be honest, I have a feeling the judges are going to be very busy this episode. But the judges have made their decision. Of course, we all know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. Oh, and the judges said this is an incredibly, this is actually a very close fight, because they say that Whiplash were the more controlled, but Endgame caused the more damage. So it all comes down to the important aggression category. And the judges feel that the robot that was the more aggressive, will we see the unseeded machine go through, or will it be the seeds? Well, they're giving it to the seeds this time. Whiplash, they go through to the championship decider. That was an incredible performance right there from Whiplash. They managed to take out Endgame. I thought Endgame would be able to pull it off, you know. I thought they would punt Whiplash out the arena, but no, Whiplash were able to do it, and they go through to the championship decider. But who will meet Whiplash in the championship decider? And, well, we have a rematch from this series as Cyberspinner, that deadly full-body spinner, who have to take down their demons, Roadkill, once again. Or will Roadkill humiliate Cyberspinner, knocking them onto their backs yet again and pit them? Well, we'll have to wait and see. This is the third time these two have fought. Roadkill have won every time, but can Cyberspinner finally do it? And can the pre-series 4 champions relive their dreams and win another series? In the corner patrol zone for the CPZs, we have Rhino, the big rammer, fast, nimble and edgy. And let me tell you a Rhino fact here. This Rhino is excited for the grand final. And we also have Matilda as well, with her front flipping tusks and rear spinning flywheel. She too is also very excited. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. Let me just stress just how amazing Virus's run has... Not Virus's run, Cyberspinner's run has been. They've lost a lot of fights. They've lost a good total of 3 fights this series, and I think they're going to lose a 4th one. Unless... Oh, come on, Roadkill. We don't want a fight to end that quickly, do we? Oh, Roadkill do knock Virus back up, maybe showing a good bit of sportsmanship. But Cyberspinner have lost 3 fights this series, but they still managed to make it. Lost in the qualifiers, got through via fan vote. Lost in the first round melee, made it through the redemption round. And lost in the heat finals, made it through the 10-round rumble. And now they're back to being here. This is why we're all about giving robots another chance. And Matilda now coming with a good attack with their spinner though. Although, if Cyberspinner loses here, they are getting no more chances. No more chances. And Roadkill comes with yet another good slam right there. In onto Cyberspinner. Cyberspinner though, they're managing to knock away. Cyberspinner I feel have been the luckiest of these finalists right here. They've been very lucky with the draws, although I think their luck might run out as they fought the machine who beat them in the heat. Again, and oh look at that, very nearly going in the pit just then. They're a very controlled full body spinner, but even then they still need to deal with the centrifugal force. And look at this, very nearly going down that pit. Although Cyberspinner, for a pre-series champion, have been incredible. A Mayhem champion at one point, won the October Mayhem. At the time of recording this, I haven't done the November Mayhem. I'm recording this in November, actually. But Roadkill comes in with another slam! And I don't think they're going to be riding them this time, unless if Roadkill wants a more of an interesting fight, and I think they are. I think they want more of an entertaining fight, just to show Whiplash the kind of machine he's dealing with here with the Ultimate Challenge champions. Cyberspinner are struggling here, and Cyberspinner, Roadkill, they've only lost 2 fights in their career. One to Primeval, and that was back when they were new, and then the other to Rapid, and that was due to driving in the pit. This machine has gone to grips with the controls, and honestly, I think they're damn near unbeatable now. I genuinely think they are, and I think we could be seeing the first non-weapon robot to win a series of... Actually, that's the Lightning 1-1. Matilda comes with a good flip right there, in onto Cyberspinner. Cyberspinner gets flipped back up and over. Although Cyberspinner hasn't really been able to do a thing here, have they? They haven't really been able to do anything to Roadkill. I thought Cyberspinner might be able to actually pull off an upset here, but Roadkill now coming with another good slam, and I think they're just going to leave this fight go to the distance. They just want to show how durable they can be. And, well, they certainly are proving that now. And, oh, God, Rhino. Oh, God, Cyberspinner, you made a big mistake there. And Roadkill comes with another slam right here. And, well, poor Cyberspinner, they just haven't been able to do a thing. And Roadkill, honestly, I think this fight is going to go to the judges any moment now, but I really don't think they're going to have to take too long to decide who comes out on top in this one. Cease. No, they're not gonna. They're not gonna finish Cyberspinner off. I think they intentionally just kept writing Cyberspinner just to prove a point. Well, it most certainly did, and look at that, barely even a scratch. It's such a durable machine, but was that a risky maneuver, and will the judges mark points down for control? And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. And, well, no. They're not going to mark down any points for Roadkill. They know that was a pure dominance, and they've given a unanimous victory to Roadkill! So Roadkill becomes the first Rambot in a televised series to make it through to the championship decider. And, well, there is no other better machine to do it other than Roadkill. Cyberspinner, though, they'll have to go for the third place playoff. They could still get third, but I'm not too sure about that. Especially considering who they're facing. But Roadkill, well, to them, it's a championship decider now for them. They only have 1 fight left. Kind of like how we only have 1 fight left before that grand final. The battle for third place. And who will it go to? Will Endgame? Honestly, for a first-time series, this machine has been impressive, and top 4 anyway, at least. Maybe even getting seed 3 will be an incredible performance by Endgame, but Cyberspinner are good. They're a good machine. They've been here before, Pre-Series 4 champions, Pre-Series 2 runners-up, Grand Finalists of Pre-Series 3. They've never failed to make it out of the heats, and they carried on that, and they've carried on that trend. Yeah, they didn't win their heat, but they still made it to the semis, so they did make it out of the heats. And they've carried on that trend. So it's full-bodied taking on a vertical spinner. And overseeing this, well, Growler and Virus. This fight is going to be an utter bloodbath, I just know it. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate! So here we go, the battle of the spinners, and look at this by Endgame! And honestly, I think I might know why Endgame is so effective. It's that wedge! It's a combination of that spinner and wedge. It can get it right in underneath the Cyberspinner and scoop them up and chuck them out. It just elevates a machine, leaving it vulnerable to a spinner, meaning Endgame can well do whatever they want to Cyberspinner. And now they're getting that spinner in underneath, and they're trying to uppercut Cyberspinner, clean out the arena. Honestly, I think both of these machines have already made a name for themselves this series. They are some of the best machines in Roadkill Mega history! And look at that by Endgame! Knocking Cyberspinner up and over. And, oh, I think they were trying to go for an Uta then. But they do manage to knock Cyberspinner back up and over. I think Cyberspinner, they do need a Stream X though, if they want to ever come back, or else they'll keep falling further down and down and down. Virus comes with a good lift right there in onto Cyberspinner. And Endgame, are they going to try and get him out of the arena? Yes, they do. Out you go, Cyberspinner. You have to settle for 4th place this time round. And Endgame are going to try and cause some damage to Virus here. Virus being uppercutted right there. And why are you attacking Virus, Endgame? Endgame, you might have gotten 3rd place, but you can't get cocky now. You can't. Oh, but they're still going to try. They're still going to give it a go. And Endgame are still chewing that underbelly of Growler up. Oh, and another big hit right there. They're going after the House Robots. And they think they want revenge for what Virus did to them in that live event, if you remember correctly. And Virus trying to lift up those lifting spikes. Oh, and Endgame trying to cause some more damage to Virus's head. Virus does come with a good lift, though. And are they going to try and lift Endgame up? Yes, they do. And I think they're going to pick them this time round. Yeah, down the pit you go, Endgame. But that was an impressive performance by them. And, well, they get 3rd place. Seats. Well, seems like Verts could be the way of the future in Road Wars Omega, if that was anything to go by. Endgame, destructive dominance right there. They just easily scooped under Cyberspinner and punted them out of the arena. I think Cyberspinner, they need to get a Stream X next series if they want to get back to those series championship winning days. But 4th place is damn well respectable, especially for a machine that only made it through qualifiers via a fan vote. Although Endgame, they may be in the pit, but they get 3rd place. Wow, we've come down to this, how haven't we? Well, we started off this series, including robots from the qualifiers with, well, a lot of robots. The main competition had 60 machines, but we eliminated 58. 58 of some of the greatest Robot Wars Robot Omega robots of all time. Even including the champions. Even the champs Rapid fell. And well, we're now down to these two. Two machines that are more or less underdogs when they first showed up, but have since made a name for themselves. And well, they are now fighting out here in the championship decider. The winner will become the winner of Series 2. And there is no better than these two machines. First of all, the 3rd seed's Whiplash. Winners of the US Championships. Winners of the Champion of Champions. Winners of Model Wars Series 1. Can they become Road Wars Omega Series 2 champions? We already know their road here. They've taken out so many great machines. Demolition Evo, It Takes Two to Tango, Megabyte, Demolition Evo again, Diamond Storm, Plan B, and they even fought Diamond Storm in a rematch. And as we just saw them, they took out the odds-on favourite Endgame after a very well-controlled dominant display. And this machine has been unbeaten for so long. They only really lost their first fight last year in December to Gravity, but they are still an impressive machine. It's only ever lost once in head-to-head combat, and this machine really is one of the greatest in Road Wars Omega history. That combination of a vertical spinner and that strong lifter and that great drive and that insane durability is incredible. But another machine who's incredible in their own rights, Roadkill. This machine has no weapons, so you wouldn't really expect it to get this far, but oh no, you're wrong. They've also taken out some greats, Corrosive, Cyberspinner, Storm 2, Burt for the win, Cyberspinner again, Danton Kia, Ripper, and Plan B. Not to mention this machine is the Ultimate Challenge champions. And might remind you, they beat Turbo, Blood Pumper, Rapid, and Cyberspinner in a Mega Rumble to win that. They've been unbeaten since winning it, and they're hoping to keep it that way. Low to the ground wedge, fast, speedy, that brute force is insane. It can run both ways up, although the lack of weaponry could prove to be an issue here, especially with a machine that has weaponry. And well, because of the wedge, well, they will have a high ground clearance when flipped. And well, what better way other than the Champion of Champions and the Ultimate Challenge champions, two of the most star-studded awards any robot can get. And these two both got it. And now they're gonna fight for the most star-studded one of them all, the Series 2 Championship. But only one of them can do it. And of course, we're gonna need house robots for this. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZs, we have Rhino. And we're gonna have Virus as well. Two house robots that Road Wars Omega is most well known for. So we have these two incredibly good machines. Some of the best robots in Road Wars Omega history. But only one of them can become the Robot Wars Omega Series 2 champion. So let's find out who that will be now. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh yes, it's the grand final, and already Roadkill gets straight underneath that lifting arm of Whiplash, and look at this! Look at this from Roadkill, they're already proven to be a dominant force here against Whiplash. Now both these machines, they would like to end this fight quickly, but there's a chance it could also go to the judges. But either way, I know this fight is going to be an incredibly good fight, and currently, Roadkill are the ones who are on top here. It's kind of like Thunderchild K2, isn't it? We just have a good pusher, a good Rambot versus a machine that's got that damaging weapon and that control factor ahead of them. And look at that by Whiplash. They managed to come with a good uppercut right down to Roadkill. And that's what they need. That is what they need. They want to get Roadkill upside down so it can't use that wedge. Roadkill though, they do manage to try and push. They are trying to push Whiplash about here at the minute. And they are trying to get in underneath Whiplash again, and they're pushing him into Virus. And they're trying to push them right there. Virus lifts Whiplash up into the air. Now Whiplash, they haven't won a Family Road Wars series before. Winners of Model Wars, Roadkill of course. They've never won a series, but they are the Ultimate Challenge champions, made a debut in the Halloween special. They've only lost 2 fights. One of them was when they were new, so they weren't used to the driving, and the other was when they drove in the pit against Rapid. But ever since they got to grips with that driving skill, they've been one of the most dominant forces in Road Wars Omega history. This machine is very Crush Syndrome-esque. This machine is. And Crush Syndrome, you know, from MLW, the machine that's widely regarded as the greatest Rambot in Family Road Wars history. This machine reminds me of that. And, combined with that invertibility, they seem to be unstoppable. But Whiplash have faced the unstoppable before, and they've managed to pull through. And look at this, coming in yet another good uppercut. They are managing to come with another good uppercut. And they're trying to get that lifting arm in underneath Roadkill. This is an incredibly good fight, this is. Although Roadkill do come with yet another good hit right there. And they're going to try and push Whiplash up and over. Whiplash on their backs. Roadkill. Can Roadkill do it now? Of course, Roadkill trying to push Whiplash into the CPZ. And Rhino have got Whiplash on now, and they got onto that horn. And they slam them right there. And Virus grappling a hold of Whiplash. Whiplash are lifted up right there by Virus. Virus lifts up Whiplash. Whiplash, can he get back down? Roadkill are trying to push Whiplash back. Whiplash though trying to fight back right there. Oh, and another good uppercut right there from Whiplash, trying to come with that spinner. Roadkill though comes with a good slam right there in onto Whiplash. Whiplash, they're on their backs, but now Roadkill comes with a great slam right there in onto Whiplash. Virus trying to lift Whiplash up and over. Now imagine how much of a greatness both these machines will be if Roadkill was an Ultimate Challenge champion and a Series 2 champion, or if Whiplash were the champions and Series 2 champions. Both of these machines could do it, but Roadkill wants it more. They are the ones who want it more. Oh, but look at that! They very nearly got him out of the arena, and oh my God, they've done it! Wow! I don't believe it! I don't believe it! Whiplash have won! Whiplash have done it! Whiplash have eliminated Roadkill and used that small spinner to send him out the arena. Cease. I am stunned. I don't know what to say. I honestly have no words. Whiplash have done it. And there was so few seconds left on that clock as well. My God. Whiplash have won. That is heartbreaking. That is genuinely heartbreaking for Roadkill and for myself. I thought Roadkill would win that. And they were winning that fight for so long of that fight, but Whiplash just got in one hit and they punted Roadkill out of there. That is horrifying to think. And honestly, I think Roadkill should be more deserving of a championship, but they fall foul again. And, well, they will only get second this time round, and Whiplash have done it. They have won Series 2. I am genuinely surprised at that. Well, let's just go to the championship ceremony for that. Heartbreaking defeat. So, after that incredible series, 7 weeks of just pure carnage and destruction, we've said goodbye to 59 robots, and only one of them is left. The number 3 seeds, Whiplash, have done it. After, well, that heartbreaking loss from Roadkill, there was only, like, a couple of seconds left on the clock there. Literally, Roadkill were about to do it. It was the last second then, and Whiplash punted Roadkill out the arena at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. I'm not even making this up. And, well, they did it. The 3rd seeds, and now Whiplash has one hell of a resume to show when they go into Series 3 as seeded 1. This machine is the US champion, the champion of champions, and now they're the Series 2 champions. They're seeded number 1. Not to mention, add on to that, being a World Championship quarter-finalist. This machine has one of the best resumes I think I've ever seen from any other robot ever. And this probably just shows one thing. Whiplash probably are the greatest machine in Robot Wars Omega history, and you could see, wow, that spinner in combination with that lifter, they are a beast of a machine, and they've won Series 2. But let's just not discredit the other machines. Roadkill, honestly, on another day, they would have won it. If they stayed in 1 second longer, they would have won it. I still can't believe that. 1 second left on the clock, and Whiplash still managed to pull it off. Controversial, yes, but that's just how it happens. And as for Endgame, he got 3rd. Not too bad for a new machine, but they're hoping to get further. I mean, the robot who placed 3rd this series were the ones who ended up winning it, so can Endgame carry on the tradition in Series 3, I wonder? And of course, Cyberspinner Seed 4. He got a bit bullied this grand final, but it was still great to see that even the old dog still has enough bite left in it, and they will be back next series with a stream next to Team Say. And honestly, we will all be back next series. Next year, same time, January, as usual, you know the drill. And, well, Series 3 will be bigger, will be better, we have so many machines applying. It will have 81 machines in the main competition, and, well, 36 robots will drop out in the qualifiers, but that's all to come later on. I've got lots of machines to improve. We've got other things, Account Mayhems, Maximum Overdrive 2, middleweights, all of that, before we even get to there. But I can assure you that Whiplash will be back to defend their championship for Series 3. And I can assure you that all of you will be back to see if Endgame can either do it, or see who will take them down a few pegs. Maybe it'll be one of these machines. Maybe it'll be a machine who lost earlier on. Maybe it'll be even a first round dropout to make a rise. Or maybe it'll be a newcomer. Who can really say? All I can say is that I've been the Bot Builder, Whiplash are our Robot Wars Omega Series 2 champions, and until the Account Mayhem, the Bot Builder, out.